Okay, imagine this. You step out of the really dense heat of Cairo, October 1998. You're going into this cool, silent, pretty upscale apartment building, Mohandiseen, right?
Yeah.
Aguza.
Yeah, an affluent area, looks safe, quiet, expensive.
Exactly. But
Yeah.
something's wrong. Behind one of those locked doors, for days, there's this smell.
It's not noise the neighbors complain about, it's the stench. Heavy, sickly, sweet. It just gets worse and worse until finally they call the police. A welfare check.
So the police arrive, the front door, locked normally, no sign of a break-in, nothing obviously wrong there.
Right, looks totally ordinary. But the second they open that door, whoosh.
The smell just hits them like a wall. It pulls them in deeper into this apartment. The place is, nicely furnished, looks like someone with status lives there.
But the smell just gets stronger, leads them, inevitably, towards the master bedroom.
And when they open that door,
Yeah.
it's not just murder. It's something else. Savage. Personal.
The victim's there. A man, maybe in his 50s, completely naked.
And the violence. It's extreme. His hands and feet are bound really tightly with electrical wire.
That immediately tells you something, doesn't it? The killer knew him, was let in, had total control in that space.
And the mutilation, it's shocking. Multiple stab wounds. More than 3, they said, all clustered around the neck.
But the head?
Yeah. The head is completely severed from the body. They figure it must have been a big, sharp tool, like a meat cleaver, a satyr, they call it there.
Exactly. Severing a head like that, post-mortem, it takes effort, control. It screams, well, profound rage. A need to degrade the victim even after death.
So while this horrific scene is unfolding, the apartment itself is starting to give up its secrets.
Right. Despite the nice furniture, there's evidence everywhere of a pretty heavy drug use, residue on surfaces, and this hookah in the living room loaded with narcotics.
So who is this man living this sort of double life?
He's identified as Hamdi Andeel, and his background is interesting. Turns out he used to be a security official, fired years ago for misconduct.
But he kept up the act, the illusion of status.
Totally. At the time of his death, he claimed to be a lawyer, had this consultancy office downtown, which investigators found out pretty quickly had absolutely no clients. It was just a front.
So he's using his past.
Yeah.
His knowledge of the system.
Precisely. Leveraging that old authority, that facade to manipulate people. And the autopsy. It confirmed just how calculated this killing was.
Go on.
Hamdi hadn't just been stabbed, he was electrocuted first. Those wires weren't just for binding, they were live.
Wait, live wires. So torture.
Yeah.
Prolonged torture before the stabbing even began.
Seems like it. They wanted him to suffer. Maybe wake him up even. He was also beaten badly with a wooden club and the talk screen. Massive amounts of narcotics in his system.
Wow, okay. But there's more, isn't there? Something the medical examiners found.
Yes. There was evidence, clear evidence he'd been sexually assaulted before he died, and the report indicated this wasn't a one-off. He was routinely engaged in high-risk homosexual activity.
Okay, so this incredibly violent death, the drugs, the hidden life, the investigation must have immediately focused on who was close to him.
Absolutely. And the neighbors confirmed it. A couple lived there with Hamdi, Taher, 38, and his wife Amal, 29, both unemployed.
And they had kids.
2 very young children. One was 4, the other just 18 months old. And crucially, Taher and Amal vanished. The moment the body was found, they were gone.
So, immediate suspects. Makes sense. What else pointed to them?
Well, Hamdi's car keys were missing, apartment keys, gone. All his cash, gone too.
Pretty damning.
But the clincher came fast. Within 48 hours, police discovered Hamdi's apartment and his cars had been sold.
Sold? How?
The ID used in the sale transaction, it had Taher's photograph. But the name, the job, the address on the ID, all fake, forged.
So Taher had power of attorney over Hamdi's assets.
He did.
Yeah.
But he didn't use it legitimately. He used the forged ID to finalize the sales after Hamdi was dead. This wasn't just panic, it was planned theft.
Okay, so how did they track him?
The sales contracts, they left a paper trail. Police followed it right out of Cairo down to Marsa Matruh, a coastal town, and that's where they arrested Taher and Amal.
And once they were caught, they talked.
Oh, they talked. And their confession. It opened up this whole other reality. To understand why they did what they did, you have to understand the parallel world Hamdi had built inside that apartment.
Okay, let's go back then. How did they even end up there?
It starts with desperation. Pure desperation. Taher and Amal were broke, Destitute, really, moving constantly, trying to support these two little kids. Taher was frantic to find any kind of work.
And someone suggested Hamdi.
Yeah, his own mother. She mentions her cousin, Hamdi Andeel, this supposedly influential former official. Maybe he can help. So Taher goes to see him at that law office.
The front.
The front. And Hamdi, apparently, takes an immediate liking to Taher, offers him a job on the spot, personal assistant.
Just like that.
Just like that. But there's a condition. Taher has to bring Amal, the kids, all their belongings, and move into Hamdi's big apartment in Mohandiseen right away. He promises them their own room.
And Taher agrees,
Yeah.
believing Hamdi is this respectable figure.
He buys it completely, sees it as their way out, salvation. He moves the whole family in.
How long before things went wrong?
Hours, near hours after they move in. Hamdi's out somewhere. The landline phone in the apartment starts ringing off the hook.
Strange calls.
Very strange. Men calling, asking for women by various names. Amal picks up one call, and the guy on the other end just launches into this incredibly suggestive, crude, sexual talk.
Oh, wow. So
Yeah.
not a law office cover.
Not even close. It's clearly some kind of, well, pimping operation.
And then Hamdi comes back.
He comes back, and the mask drops almost immediately. He hands Taher the substance, benzocaine. It's a local anesthetic, but often used to cut drugs. He tells Taher, mix this into my hookah tobacco, then tells them all, put some in my tea.
And I just do it.
They do. They try to rationalize it, Maybe it's just his weird personal habit, his private life. They don't want to rock the boat.
But that's Hamdi testing them, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Normalizing crime from the get-go.
Exactly. Breaking down their boundaries. And then the guests start arriving. First, 3 male friends of Hamdi's. Then 3 women, sex workers.
And Hamdi just lays it out.
Pretty much. Tells everyone, use the rooms, do whatever. Then he turns to Taher and says his job is to facilitate all the guests. Male, female, doesn't matter.
Facilitate. Meaning what exactly?
It gets worse. Hamdi then orders Taher into his bedroom. Taher's confused, follows him, and Hamdi drops the bombshell.
Oh, no.
He tells Taher he has to engage in homosexual acts with him. And Amal has to come into the room and watch.
Oh, my God. What do they do?
They refuse, obviously, horrified. They beg him, let us leave, we can't do this.
Well, Hamdi's ready for that.
He was always one step ahead. He just calmly pulls out their real, legitimate personal IDs, their identity cards.
How did he get those?
He'd stolen them earlier. While they were distracted making his drug tea and hookah, it wasn't impulsive, it was planned. Insurance, using his old security knowledge against them.
And then the threats start.
The ultimate extortion, he tells them. If you leave, I'll frame Amal for prostitution. I'll frame you, Taher, for breaking and entering. You'll rot in jail, and your kids, I'll make sure they're thrown onto the streets.
They're trapped. Completely trapped by the fear for their children.
Utterly. They feel they have no choice. They stay.
And the control just tightens after that, right? Financially, too.
Immediately. After that first awful night, Hamdi pays the 3 sex workers 500 Egyptian pounds each, which is decent money then. Taher and Amal. He gives them just 200 EGP together as their first salary.
So they're dependent and worth less than the hired help.
While being forced to participate at a much deeper level. And Hamdi doesn't waste time dragging them deeper into his criminal world.
How so?
He takes Taher to Kit Kat Square, introduces him to his drug dealer, this guy disguised as a street vendor. From then on, Taher is responsible for buying all of Hamdi's narcotics.
So now he's a drug runner, too. Hamdi's not just an abuser. He's building a criminal organization around them.
A sophisticated one. Then Amal is sexually assaulted by Hamdi again. This time they actually manage to flee. They run to her father's house.
Finally escape.
For a few hours. Hamdi tracks them down, shows up at the father's house, repeats the threats, destroy the family, the kids, unless they come back immediately.
And the fear works again?
The fear for the children always worked. They go back, defeated.
This is just relentless.
Yeah.
And it leads Taher to make a terrible choice, doesn't it?
It does. Desperate to get out of Hamdi's sexual demands himself, Taher actually talks to one of the regular sex workers, Zakia. He asks for her advice, maybe?
And she offers a solution.
A horrifying one. She says she can provide a replacement for Hamdi. For 100 EGP per session, her own son, who's only 17.
And Taher. He agrees.
He agrees. Sacrificing this teenager, hoping it will spare him from Hamdi's abuse. It's a devastating sign of how broken they've become, how corrupted by this situation.
But even that doesn't stop Hamdi's depravity.
No. It gets even worse. He starts forcing Taher and Amal to bring their youngest child, the 18-month-old baby boy, into the room during these forced sexual acts.
Why? What possible reasons?
Psychological torture. Trying to completely destroy their sense of normalcy, maybe implicate the child, make escape seem utterly impossible, cementing their place in his parallel world.
And all this time, Hamdi's using Taher for other crimes, too.
Yes. The forged IDs Hamdi created. He's using Taher, now known as Mohammed Salah Eldin, high school teacher, in multiple scams. Especially stealing cars, selling them with fake contracts. It's a full-blown criminal enterprise.
Like a mafia boss.
In his own twisted way, yes. Then Hamdi brings home 2 young boys one day, claims they're his sons.
His sons.
Taher and Amal find out the truth later. Hamdi had been extorting women, forcing them into marriage, stealing their money, their property, and now he was trying to actually kidnap their children and claim them as his own. This guy's reach was incredible.
Which leads to the final confrontation. The breaking point.
Exactly. Hamdi's drunk. He repeats the demand that Taher just sign over his youngest son to him permanently.
Taher refuses again.
Of course. But Hamdi doubles down. He orders Taher to get a camera, says he'll record their sexual acts and use the tapes, plus the forgeries, to steal the child anyway. Make it look like Taher is unfit, involved in illegal activities.
They finally realize there's no compromise. He will never let them or their children go.
Never. So they flee the apartment again, a 3rd time, but this time is different.
They're not just running away.
No, they're planning. They know they have to stop him. Permanently. And they need their real IDs back to have any chance of a normal life.
So Taher actually calls Hamdi.
He does, demands their IDs back. And he threatens him. Tells him he'll kill him if he doesn't return them.
And Hamdi's reaction.
Surprisingly. Agreeable. But manipulative as always. He says, okay, you can have your IDs back after one last farewell party. More drugs, more sex.
And they agree to this, knowing what they plan to do.
They agree. But their minds are made up. Taher goes out first. He buys a brand new knife, specifically for killing Hamdi.
So they go back to the apartment.
For the party.
They go back. Hamdi's friendly, almost welcoming. He's even changed the locks, maybe as a precaution. He asks Amal for his usual tea, the drug tea.
Amal.
She goes to the kitchen. But this time, instead of the usual 1 narcotic tablet, she puts in 5.
5. A massive overdose.
She wants him incapacitated quickly,
Yeah.
and it works. Hamdi drinks the tea and rapidly loses consciousness.
This is it. Their chance.
Taher sees him passed out. He knows this is the moment. He goes back into the bedroom.
Yeah.
But he doesn't come out with the knife first.
What does he get?
Electrical wire.
Oh, God. Back to the wires.
It's methodical. It's vengeance. He binds the unconscious Hamdi. Then he connects the wire, applies the current.
Electrocutes him.
Until
Hamdi screams, wakes up in agony.
But the screams, they could be heard.
Exactly. Amal panics. She grabs a wooden stick, the one Hamdi had used on himself earlier. Taher takes it and beats Hamdi over the head, again and again, until he's silent again, unconscious, covered in blood.
And he's still not dead.
Taher needs to be certain. He takes the new knife, the one he bought, and he stabs Hamdi repeatedly in the throat, until there is absolutely no doubt Hamdi is dead.
The rage doesn't end there, though, does it?
No. It needs one final act. Degradation. Taher goes and gets the cleaver, the solider, and with immense effort, he severs Hamdi's head from his body.
Just unbelievable violence, born from unbelievable abuse.
After the killing, they shift gears, clean the scene meticulously, retrieve their real IDs, all their belongings. They take Hamdi's keys.
And the stolen assets, the cars, the apartment.
They use Hamdi's thumbprint either while he was unconscious or just after death. It's unclear to finalize those forged sales contracts. They get the money.
Then they run.
Execute their escape plan, flee to Marsa Matruh, where, of course, the paper trail eventually leads the police right to them.
And they confess to everything. The abuse, the planning, the murder, the torture, the desecration.
Full confessions from both of them, detailing everything Hamdi put them through. Based on that and the evidence, they were both indicted and both ultimately sentenced to death.
It's an incredibly disturbing story. The level of coercion.
Extreme! They were undoubtedly victims of horrific abuse, extortion, manipulation, but that's complex, isn't it? They weren't just passive victims.
You mean their own actions?
Yeah. Their willingness to get involved in the drug running, and that awful decision Taher made, offering up that 17-year-old boy as a replacement.
Right.
They crossed lines themselves. Hamdi didn't just control them, he corrupted them. Pulled them into his world until survival meant participating in the evil.
He really was a master manipulator, using his background, that veneer of respectability.
To build this unique, destructive criminal network, preying on the most vulnerable and desperate.
So, in the end, Taher and Amal, their horrific act did stop him. It dismantled his entire operation. But what about them?
That's the question, isn't it? They killed the architect of their torment. But were they ever really free? Or did killing Hamdi just trap them permanently in that parallel world of violence and crime he created for them? Something for you to consider.